The water is alive. It promises life, cool relief from the oppressive heat. The flesh of silver miners scaled fish. The soft trees for weaving, but it is a predator's veil. The clan of the Red Ochre knows this in their bones. A lesson carved into their collective memory by generations of sudden, bloody disappearances. Today, the lie is particularly convincing. The sun bakes the mud of the riverbank into a cracked mosaic, and the air hangs thick and still, disturbed only by the drone of blood minus flies in the quiet, rhythmic slap of water as Liam and Terracay clean their morning's catch. A few paces away, Elara works a bone AWL through wet reeds. Her hands a blur of practiced efficiency. Above them all, on a high, shaded rock, the old hunter Kale watches. His eyes are not on the world, but on the boundary where the world of solid earth meets the liquid abyss, the dangerous seam of their existence in this riparian zone. He sees the slight, unnatural V- shape ripple before anyone else. It is not the wind. There is no wind. It is not a surfacing fish. It moves with too much purpose. Kale's mouth opens to shout, a warning that dies in his throat as the river explodes. There is no roar. No earth shaking footstep that announces the tyrant lizards of the plains. There is only a surge of brown water and the impossible speed of the great beast. The Spinosaurus rises from the depths like a nightmare made fresh. Its long, crocodile-like snout lined with 100 interlocking daggers for a heartbeat. Its colossal sail, a terrifying fin of skin and bone, blots out the sun. Liam looks up from his fish, his flint knife still in hand, his face a mask of disbelief. The jaws close on him with a sound like a great tree splitting in a storm. He is lifted, shaken once with a force that snaps his spine, and then dragged under. The entire event takes less time than it takes a man to draw a full breath. The water stills. The bloody foam dissipates, carried downstream by the lazy current. The V-shaped triple is gone. Liam is gone. Terracay is frozen, clutching a half-gutted fish, his knuckles white. Elara SAWL has fallen into the mud. Silence descends, heavier and more profound than the previous calm. It is a silence of pure, primal dread, the shocked stillness of prey that has just witnessed the effortless, casual lethality of an apex predator. These early humans, these ancestors clinging to a precarious branch of hominid history, are utterly outmatched. Their simple ancient tools are a mockery in the face of such power. But Kale's gaze is not on the bloody water. It is fixed across the river, far downstream, where a new sound is just beginning to rise, a low, resonant, mournful throat, the call of the crested herd. He notices, with a clarity that cuts through his grief, that their calls had been absent in the moments just before the attack. A connection sparks in the darkness of his mind, a terrifying, audacious idea. The river has a voice, and is silence. He must learn to listen to the silence. Grief settles over the clan like a cold morning mist, thick and chilling. They perform the rites. They mark the cave wall with a smear of red ochre for a life taken by the river. Another mark in a long, crimson line that speaks to their precarious existence. But Kale does not participate. The loss of Liam has not broken him. It has forged him into something new, something sharp and obsessive. While the others mourn, he hunts. But his quarry is not flesh and bone. It is sound, for days that turn into a week. He becomes a ghost haunting the edges of the great herd of Parasaurolophus. He ignores the need for meat, chewing on dried roots and barely sleeping. His clan mates watch him with a mixture of pity and fear. They see a mind fractured by loss. A man chasing whispers on the wind. They see madness. Kale sees a lifeline. He learns their language, a symphony of survival played through the magnificent, hollow tubes of their cranial crests. There is the gentle, low-frequency hum that means peace, the sound of 100 to stunned bodies grazing contentedly. A shot. Staccato bark signals a pack of raptors in the scrub. A danger on two legs. A series of agitated, honking blasts, swarms of an Allosaurus moving along the distant ridge. A threat on the horizon. But it is the other sound he waits for. The one he heard in the moments after Liam was taken. It is a deep, resilient thrum, a sound that feels less heard and more felt, a vibration that seems to travel through the very bedrock of the earth. He comes to understand that this is their specific terror, the frequency of the river devil. You waste your strength, Terra K tells him one evening, his voice rough with concern. Liam is gone. Staring at grazers will not bring him back. We need your spear, old man, not your dreams. Kel looks at him, his eyes hollowed by lack of sleep but burning with a fire Terra K does not recognize. I spear is a reaction, Kel whispers, his voice raspy. It is a tool for a fight you are already in. I seek a tool to prevent the fight from ever beginning. He is speaking a new language of foresight. A conceptual leap in the long, slow arc of human evolution that his clan cannot yet comprehend. They live in a world of immediate, brutal realities. This is the nature of prehistoric life. The idea of abstracting a sound, of weaponizing information. There's helium. One day, crouched in the tall ferns, Kale gets his proof. The herd is calm, the air filled with the low hum of safety. Then, it changes. The deep thrum begins. A single dominant male initiating the call, which is picked up by the others. A wave of vibrating dread. Their heads lift from the grass, all eyes turning not to the plains, but to the silent, placid river. They take 2, 3 steps back, a slow, cautious retreat. Kale's heart hammers against his ribs. He sees nothing. The water is glass. He trusts the herd. He waits. A full minute passes, and then, 100 paces downstream, the dark sail of the Spinosaurus slices through the water's surface as it patrols the edge of its territory. The herd knew. The sound, their warning, travels further and faster than the silent predator. Kel now knows with chilling certainty. They are living next to a shield. They just have to be brave enough to stand behind it. The argument is a low fire, crackling in the heart of the cave. Kale's proposal is met with raw, visceral fear. To leave the stone's embrace, the one place that has sheltered them through countless nights of terror, feels like suicide. You ask us to sleep in the open. Terra K's voice is a low growl, his big hands clenched. You ask us to trade stone walls for grass and hope. The raptors will pick us clean before the moon is full. He speaks the truth of their world, the hard -1 knowledge of prehistory. In this era of giants, a cave is a fortress, but Kale stands his ground, his face illuminated by the flickering torchlight. The fortress has a crack in it, he counters, his voice calm but unyielding. A crack that swallows our people whole. The cave cannot see the river, it cannot hear the silence. We have been living in a beautiful trap. He looks at Ilara, whose face is a mask of stoic grief. Your mate was taken 10 paces from safety. Did the cave help him? The words are cruel, but they are true. The silence that follows is heavy with the ghosts of the lost. Kale's idea is no longer just a madman's dream. It is a desperate, terrifying calculation. He is proposing a new kind of symbiosis, the covenant not of trust, but of shared terror. The clan will become a satellite to the herd, their survival tethered to the resonant warnings of the creature's crests. This is the ultimate test of their evolving minds, the core of their advanced survival skills. They must choose to trust an abstract pattern over the tangible security of stone. It is a choice that will define them, setting them apart from the beasts who live and die by instinct alone. The decision, when it comes, is not a roar of agreement but a quiet, trembling consensus. They will go. They will trade the known danger for an unknown hope. The migration is a silent, frantic affair. They move at dusk, a small, vulnerable procession of ancient humans scurrying across the open ground. They carry little sharpened spears, flint knives, water-filled gourds, and the heavy burden of their fear. Their tools, a primitive osteodontocratic technology of sharpened dinosaur bone and horn, feel laughably inadequate under the vast, indifferent scar. They build no great town. only a series of shallow depressions hidden amongst the tall cycads. A place just close enough to hear the herd, but far enough not to spook them. The first night is an agony of suspense. Every rustle of leaves, every distant cry, sends jolts of adrenaline through them. They are naked in the world of monsters. Then, near dawn, it comes. The deep, vibrating thrum from the Parasaurolophus just heard. The river warning. There is no panic. There is only less sharp, whispered command. Bep, to the high rocks. No. They move as one. A practiced, silent retreat. Huddled behind a granite outcrop, they watched the river's edge. Minutes later, the great sail of the Spinosaurus scuds through the morning mist. A silent, passing god of death. It finds the bank empty. It finds the scent of the clan. But the clan itself is gone, vanished into the landscape. From their perch, they watch it move on. And for the first time, the clan feels not like helpless prey, but like an active participant in their own survival. They have listened, and they have lived. The clan never returns to the cave. Their home is no longer a place, but a sound wave, a fragile alliance written on the air. They have made an evolutionary leap, not of body, but of mind. They have learned that the greatest weapon in their arsenal is not a sharpened stone, but the ability to perceive a pattern where others see only chaos. This is the dawn of strategy, the birth of an idea that will one day allow their descendants, Homo sapiens, to dominate a world that was never meant for them. They did not conquer the beast. They wove themselves into the fabric of its world, using the fear of a lesser creature to shield themselves from a greater one. Their hard -1 equilibrium is a testament to the audacious gamble of intelligence against brute force, a whisper of defiance in the face of titanic power. And it leaves us with the echoes of a question that carved the bedrock of our own instincts. Is true survival found in the strength to fight the monster at your door, or in the wisdom to know it is coming before it ever arrives? The chronicle is written in shadow and sound. But from the ash-choked mountains to the north, a new scent drifts on the wind, the smell of thunder, and of kings,